Oh my god! When are we gonna get news on totems? Why are you so slow, GGG? I need my totems! Who cares about shitty melee players? Melee is dead! Melee is trash! And why did you delay my game to the end of the year? What am I going to do, Jonathan? Huh? How are you gonna entertain me until then, Mark? Oh, I need to post this on Reddit! People should do something about this! I can't deal with this! I have anxiety, Chris! I have some sort of ADHD, TMC, LCD, DDD... Who is there?
Whining is for people with too much time and too little to offer.
Time to live, Chris,
And embrace Christ.
Hello, Mako here. What do we know about totems in Path of Exile 2? Not much really, but here in this channel we don't complain, we make our stuff. So this is my proposal. Let me explain. A few months back I would have been way more reserved in terms of creative liberties, but after seeing some of the new things like archers drawing arrows without firing or active blocking with shields, I feel way more unrestrained. Let's start by conceptualizing what a totem is. They are sacred objects carved into different materials such as stone, wood or even bone. They are symbols, emblems of protection dedicated to different aspects of nature as well as gods. We know that classes in Path of Exile 2 have unique mechanics within weapons and items. The sorcerers have special skills and modifiers in the shape of implicit on staffs, and mercenaries have access to offhand weapons such as grenades. With this in mind, we can combine both concepts to create a new weapon type called chisels. Similar to evasion and dexterity gear, having higher chances of rolling suppression, for example, or convocation wands, rolling minion modifiers, chisels have an increased chance of rolling totem modifiers such as totem life, cast speed, or maximum totems. If I were to redesign totems, I would simply modify their placement speed and remove that mod entirely, as it adds nothing to actual gameplay. It doesn't work like projectile speed, where sometimes you can benefit from lowering, like is always the case for frostballs or ball lighting, for example. With totem placement speed, there is no balancing between upsides and downsides. Mines and traps also suffer from this mod, but let's go back to the totems. Remember when we said that they are sacred carvings for the gods? Well, we can use this concept in an interesting way. Totems are no longer a gem in Path of Exile 2. Yeah, I know. Instead, the ability to summon them will come from an implicit exclusive from chisels. This is the base totem skill, which supports active spell gems, and you can see it right here with every other gem. There are over 100 bosses in Path of Exile 2, and not everyone will be deserving of our faith, but some will. When you slay them, you can equip a chisel and carve a totem in their name. This will alter the chisel with a new mod based on that specific god. For example, killing and carving Blockjaw of the Remnant grants you totems the ability to use slam skills instead of spells. Killing and carving Deathlord of Black Rib Pit makes your totem spells repeat a second time in a nova around them with 50% less damage. This will bring more diversity to the totem playstyle and give them their own unique twist. It will also free gem space, as you no longer need mandatory supports for each archetype. And now you may wonder, what if I want to change to a different deity? It's as simple as killing and carving another boss. And here comes another special uniqueness to these chisels you may have noticed. When you devote yourself to a god, its favor also comes with a piece of a totem, but fully developed totems are made out of 2 pieces. When you decide to betray a god by worshipping another, that first piece will be placed beneath the new god. Betrayed gods are very resentful and will curse you with negative effects. This would mean that each boss will end up having 2 different mods for you to theorycraft around, its main grace and a negative effect when betrayed. This could be an interesting way of fusing concept and execution, lore and gameplay. Also, you need to remember that some negative effects may become positive if you are smart enough. This is Path of Exile after all, and sanity is not something we relish. I will give you more examples. Worshipping Ursia the Matreon makes your totem explode every time they die. Betraying her will give you a 30% chance to be affected by the random curse whenever you place a totem. Worshipping Lackland of Endless Lament will create restoration pools around your totems where you can restore life and gain health regeneration when you get close to them. Betraying him will create desecration pools around them, which will poison both you and enemies alike. Worshipping the Mastodon will grant your totems the ability to shake the earth around them, pulling enemies constantly towards them. If you betray it, you will be knocked back every single time you get stunned. Worshipping the Devourer allows your totems to burrow every few seconds and move to a new location. If you betray it, placing totems will now cost life instead of mana, and so on. A fun thing about this concept is that every single league or boss that gets added to the game could come with new possible options for totems similar to specters in Path of Exile 1. So this is my approach to totems for Path of Exile 2, keeping in mind we still know very little about new mechanics, uniques, skills and so on. They are still in development after all. But please let me know in the comments what you think and feel free to share your own ideas, which may be miles ahead of mine. Let's work together and have some fun, shall we? Un abrazo.